Okay. We're here. Whoa, starting with the crotch shot. Hey everybody. Oh shit, I forgot my pencils and stuff here. Let's fix the camera and then I'll grab my pencil stuff. Hey everybody. How are we doing? How's our evening going so far? How's this Tuesday treating you? Also, thank you for the follow, Megamech69, which I think was last week and I just didn't notice it. And also Langsam and Dark Mojo Live. I have a feeling you guys are maybe from my class this afternoon. Also, hey Amanda and hey Billy. Okay, I'm gonna go grab my my stuff. I'll be right back. Okay, oops, I'm here. I've been multitasking a bit extra lately, so I've been bringing all my drawing stuff to work so I can get stuff done or try to get stuff done during breaks and whatnot. So I forgot to grab everything ahead of time. Okay. Now we can get to work. So, the Riddler is gonna mark phase 1 of my Batman redesign series that I want to do. I've got a note app on my phone that I've been adding to regularly over the last probably like 6 months or something at this point. Just ideas for these like kind of interesting redesigns of some of the characters. And the Riddler is the one I'm deciding to do first. There's a couple that I've got pretty strong ideas on so far, and a couple that I still would want to play with a little, think about a little more before I do them. Riddler is one of the ones I'm feeling pretty good about. I'm not going to do them all back to back to back to back because there's going to be a lot, but over time we're going to work our way through the entire Rogues Gallery and Bat family. And here we go with the Riddler. Besides all that, how are we doing tonight, guys? Maybe I'll do Calendar Man. I don't know. We'll see. On my list, I've got I got most of the Batman animated series characters, so including like Baby Doll and stuff. And I also got even the Phantasm as well. I can get away with drawing this slightly bigger, so I'm going to do that. Just slightly, though. We'll see if we do the if we go as elaborate as Calendar Man and Condiment King and all that stuff. I have probably asked this before in the past, but do we have favorite Batman villains, anybody? By the way, I have no Riddler reference off to the side at all. I've got a couple outfit things, a couple pose things, and a picture of Doug Jones. Those of you who don't know Doug Jones, he is an actor most known for playing creatures and stuff. He played Abe Sapien in the Hellboy movies, and he is very, very skinny. So skinny, in fact, I think he's also just, without even makeup, he's played like circus freak type characters before and stuff. On like, I think CSI, I think I remember him being on one time. But he's also like, but he doesn't look sickly. Like, he looks like he would, have to run around the shower to get wet. But he also looks like he's in pretty good shape. And I thought his physique is what I want my version of the Riddler to have. And I do have a reference that I'm using for this pose, but I'm also changing it quite a bit here. Decide between Harvey Dent, Victor Fries, or Pamela Isley. I appreciate you using their given names as well. Very respectful of you, Billy. Joker might be one of my favorite villains just in general, so it's hard for me not to say Joker, but I also feel like he's an easy one. So if we're going to take him out of the equation, honestly, it might come down to the same ones as you. Mr. Freeze is a awesome villain for his origins. I think in terms of psychology and just general like interesting character stuff, it would have to be Freeze or Two-Face for sure. But Ivy's just fucking cool, and we don't want to discount the cool factor for a villain, you know? He's going to be wearing kind of baggy-ish pants, but I think we got to figure out more or less where his scrawny-ass legs are going to fit in with everything. Do you have a favorite version of the Riddler? How about that one? That leg's not going to cut it. We're going to need to change that leg. Yep, gotta make another tweak. We're getting there, though. He's going to be leaning to his other side, so I gotta make sure that his legs are really going the other direction. Which version of who did Tudyk play the Joker? Oh, in Harley Quinn. Yeah. Yeah, he is really good. Almost got it figured out here. You know what? I think I'm actually going to go back to what I was going to do originally and then change which arm's going to be holding the key. I think that's what I'm going to do. Because that just honestly looked a lot better. And a bit more natural as well. And we want to exaggerate here, but we also need to make a certain amount of sense. Jim Carrey is really good. I don't necessarily... I have some nostalgia for that movie. I don't hate that movie. But obviously it's a popular one to make fun of. Because of the camp and the nipples and all that stuff. But he did a really good job. And probably could have pulled that off in a darker version of the movie as well if they had gone that route. Okay, this is starting to make a bit more sense now. Anatomically speaking, that is. Frank Gorshin in the original 60s show is pretty fun as well. Jim is actually very much channeling Frank Gorshin in that version of it. I want to make this neck a little bit skinnier as well. Some anatomical madness here. Make sense of all this. Look at this. Holy musculature, Batman. Apparently Batman Forever is canonically part of the Arrowverse? Really? How does that work? I mean, I know they do a lot of multiverse stuff, but that would mean that puts everything in canon with it. We're not going to mess with that cane too much. We're going to give him pretty standard Jim Carrey, Frank Gorshin. Riddler cane. Although maybe we'll put a bit more edge. Maybe we'll make it look a little bit more like he could really stab somebody with it. We might play with it a little bit that, but we're gonna get the top of it pretty much. The standard treatment, I think. All right. I think I'm pretty good with this pose and with this anatomy. There was a multiverse event called Crisis on Infinite Earths in which version DC stuff happened, then was destroyed, then remade with some exceptions. Okay. And like it came back as part of the regular canon. Oops. Okay. There are a few things here we're going to retain from the typical Riddler design, and the bowler hat is one of them. So let's do that. Bowlers are slightly easier than fedoras, but not by a lot necessarily. That's not too bad. There we go. Looking like the Riddler already. I also have Alex from across Clockwork Orange that I'm referencing a little bit here as well for his face and a bit of the vibe. But slightly bonier. Kind of a mix of Malcolm McDowell and Doug Jones. But with some solid sideburns as well. Pop his ears out a little bit more too. A little bit more in the way of hair. Flash of other versions where that happened. Smallville made a bigger cameo the most, and we got Kevin Conroy Batman. Yeah, I heard about that. I saw some of it because I watched all the Flash and all of Supergirl, but I didn't see all of Arrow. So I got snippets of it, but usually those crossovers, because I didn't have the other shows to go back and forth to, didn't make a ton of sense. Hey, Blake. Yeah, I guess technically, though, with multiverse and the way they used it in those shows, all of the other DC shows were basically canon, I guess. Blake, you have a favorite Batman villain? Puff up his pants a little bit more. I don't know if Parker will be joining us today, but Riddler is his favorite. Mr. Freeze, nice. Hey, Avery. Yeah, I just mentioned before, I know she said that. I wouldn't be surprised if he shows up. Parker is known for going to the cons dressed as the Riddler. Even comes complete with riddles, as a matter of fact. Very much commits to the bit. question will be whether or not he likes this new version of the Riddler. That we're playing with here tonight. And we're going to give him the classic Riddler gloves, of course. Similar to what Catwoman's heels were in Dark Knight Rises, where they got that like serrated edge. I'm going to do that on his cane there as well, so it looks a little bit more stabby. Okay, now I promise you he will have a continued question mark motif, but we gotta get there first. Okay, it says she's a blank, but I missed it. She's a babe. It censored babe. Nice. Ivy is on probably next on my redesign list. And you might already know that, Amanda, because I was telling you all about my plan for her. For his pants, I'm actually doing something that I did for Riddler when I did my kind of Tim Burton Batman tribute thing, where I like designed all the characters from Forever and Batman and Robin as if Tim had directed them. And I did something with the Riddler that I was particularly happy with. So I decided the overall design here is quite different, but I'm gonna use this one motif still. Yes. Because the ones I've done so far, I haven't, like, I've drawn Mr. Freeze before, I've drawn Poison Ivy before, I've drawn Joker before, but I was doing more or less versions that had already existed, so I do have plans to do all of them again. Although one of the reasons that I decided to do the Riddler before I did Ivy was because I did an Ivy stream once before, but I hadn't done a Riddler stream, so I was like, okay, we'll do Riddler first. But Ivy is the other one that I've got most developed in my mind, so I'm going to do her probably next. When exactly I get to her, I don't know, but it probably won't be too long because I'm excited to do that. Combat boots. We're also going to put spats on them, which I actually forgot my plan was to do spats, so probably not even going to see these laces that I just added here. Just like Scrooge McDuck. Scrooge McDuck. Alright, we're ready to ink. We are ready to ink. And you know what? I think we're going to bust out a brand new 01 for this, because I think my other one's dying anyway. Hey, Michelle. I had open 01 pen. Yet I do not. That would seem. I got a pretty strong idea for what I want to do with Joker and Harley as well. I'll probably wait until the fall, draw them around when the new movie's coming out. Yeah, that was by far, yeah. But don't elaborate more on that. Amanda hasn't seen that one yet, and I'm excited to show it to her. I have quite a few of these redesign series going at this point because I'm doing Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers as well. Ninja Turtles, I don't have too many more to go on my list before I'll be doing. I'm doing the villains first. I'm gonna do the villains first for all of them probably. So I'll be doing the good guys reasonably soon for the Turtles. I think I have 3 more Turtle villains I want to do before I start doing April and Casey and Splinter, and then eventually the Turtles themselves. We'll do them last. Oof. Well, I mean, I played one of the Arkham games at some point at someone's house. Oh, well, I guess I played the first Injustice, which kind of counts. And that was really fun. Here's a fun fact, and maybe I brought this up before. I don't know, but I loved the Batman Returns video game when that came out. That was awesome for both Sega and for SNES. And it was a really fun game. And then when Batman Forever came out, the game for that one was really weird. Like it was done by the same studio that did Mortal Kombat, and so they took the approach where they actually filmed live action footage. And because of that, it had this really kind of almost slightly disturbing, gritty quality to it. And it was just funny because the Batman Returns game was so much more cartoony, but the actual movie Batman Forever was way cartoonier than Batman Returns. And I also thought it was really funny that the video game went in a completely opposite direction for that. How about you, Billy? I'm not going to give him the domino mask, I don't think. But I am going to make him really dark around the eyes. As well as just implying a bit of shadow from his bowler here. Almost a bit of that Tim Burton-y this again. Arkham City. Arkham Knight. Cool. I haven't played many of those. And I've never played any of them all the way through either. Played it a friend's house. Definitely my kind of game though. Like if I was still the avid gamer that I once upon a time was. That's definitely one of the ones I would have been very into for sure. car is the best thing?
Yeah, they're probably my favorite rogues gallery in general. I'm more of a Marvel guy on a whole, but with Batman being a significant exception, and his villains are definitely top tier in my opinion. Who's your favorite Bat villain, Nichelle? What is the what car? Actually, you ever played the Batmobile game, like the arcade game? That's a lot of fun. That might be the last one I played, actually. Maybe he is wearing a mask. You know what? But like painted on makeup mask. Kind of like a Furiosa. Yeah. Okay. Now we're going to do the suspenders. Two-Face and the Riddler? Cool, cool. Well, hopefully you don't find my redesign of him here too blasphemous. Avery, do you have a favorite Bat villain? I don't know if I asked when you came in. Hey, JC. Riddle me this. You measure my life in hours and I serve you by expiring. I'm quick when I'm thin and slow when I'm fat. The wind of my enemy. What am I? Are you milk? Okay. Maybe if I read that again and didn't answer so quick, I would have landed there. You have a favorite Bat villain, JC? Ah. Well, there you go. We got it. Okay. Yeah. For a minute there, I wanted to laugh, and then I was like, actually, no, wait, that's valid. Mr. Freeze is pretty good. We've had a few Mr. Freeze answers. If you're asking Batman Beyond villains, it is Blight and the Royal Flush Gang. Both very cool, for sure. I also really liked Ink. Their version of Mr. Freeze was kind of cool as well. It's the same Mr. Freeze from classic Batman because his condition has essentially made him like not age. So I kind of liked what they did with him as well. It was kind of fun. But I think he only ever appeared in the show the one time. Not the best version of Mr. Freeze, but definitely the punniest. At 30,000 feet, your heart will freeze. I think I've gone into Schwarzenegger, Mr. Freeze impressions on here before. They're just so much fun. How did they undo the damage of them? Do you mean by their interpretation of Mr. Freeze? Because the version of Mr. Freeze that should always be marked as the gold standard is Batman the Animated Series. In fact, his origin story with Nora and everything didn't even exist until that cartoon came out. They're what made Mr. Freeze an interesting character. Gil. Yeah. Well, I mean that's also the Schwarzenegger version. It just wasn't executed the best.
Yeah. One of the greatest 22 minutes of
animation ever produced. They aired that one in prime time, I think, just to make it eligible for a different type of Emmy, which I'm pretty sure it won. My greatest strength is that I know my worth. I hug myself so tightly at every birth. I know my worth. My greatest and my strength is that I know my worth. I hug myself so tightly at every birth. I feel like it's a money riddle of some kind, like dollar bill or something, but I'm not quite making sense of it, so I don't know.
I wonder about umbilical cord as well. But to know my worth, I don't know. A knot, of course. What were we thinking?
I have keys but no locks in space and no rooms. You can enter but you can't go outside. What am I? Riddle me this. Where does a 500-pound gorilla sleep? Okay, one at a time. Okay, JC's already asked. So yeah, where does a 500-pound gorilla sleep? I have a feeling it's going to be more of a pun than a riddle, but wherever it wants. Okay, now JC, riddle me this. I have keys but no locks in space and no rooms. You can enter but you can't go outside. What am I? You have keys. You can enter but you can't. Are you a computer? Okay, close enough, close enough. Also, Avery, you're back. I don't think you heard me earlier. I asked if you had a favorite Batman villain. Or if you did answer, I completely missed it. That's actually true. Oh, well, okay. Well, I'll throw a couple Riddler ones that I can remember offhand. They're not that hard though. They're kind of kids' riddles, but they're from the movie. Tear me off and scratch my head. Once was red, now black instead. What am I? A match. We're 5 little items of an everyday sort. You'll find us all in a tennis court. 5 little items of an everyday sort. Catwoman counts. Okay, cool. Amanda's a Poison Ivy as well. Both very strong villains. I don't know, Billy. What are you? Vowels. By the way, not Batman related, but you see that James Gunn dropped first official shot of Superman? Well, I don't know if it's a shot from the movie, but like a shot of him in costume at least. I dig it. I think it looks really cool. Oops. Yeah. I also really like that it's like a mundane activity that they're kind of giving us first. And also, it's suitable because, like, the whole thing is everyone wants to see what the suit looks like, right? So let's show a picture of him actually putting his suit on. There's a picture that Alex Ross did that might be from Kingdom Come, I'm not sure, where he's sitting in a chair with his Clark Kent shirt open so you can see the suit underneath. And a lot of people are comparing it to that, and I've saw a lot of people being like, Alex Ross did it better, but it was like, the only thing they have in common is that he's sitting in a chair. Like, I don't know why the fuck they're comparing the two. Drax? Like, I don't know why, like, why Drax? I mean, I can see the concern that he might do too much humor or whatever, but why Drax specifically? What makes you think he'd go that direction? Okay. I don't see him going that direction. Yeah, that's a very good point, Billy. I am excited for Furiosa. Very excited for Furiosa. When does that come out again? It's pretty... I know it's this month.
You probably don't need to. Like Blake just said, it's a prequel. Have you seen any of the other ones? Yeah, I assume you won't need to see them, but I bet you'll really like Mad Max Fury Road, and that's the only other one that Furiosa is in. That's the one that she was introduced in. So it maybe couldn't hurt to watch it. That way, if there's anything that would potentially spoil for, I doubt it being a prequel, but. Yeah, it's. I'm sure you'd like that one. The original Mad Max from '79 or whatever it is. It's a good movie, especially for the time it was made. It's very slow though, that first one. And then after that, Road Warrior and Beyond Thunderdome are really good and a lot more fast paced. So if you decide to go back and watch the originals at some point, keep that in mind. That first one might feel like a bit of a slog, especially by today's standards for like the pacing that we're more used to. But it will get better. No, it's actually Charlize Theron in the original one, which I gotta say I like Anya Taylor-Joy quite a lot, and I think she'll do a good job. And if you're gonna do a prequel, I think she's a good casting choice. But I was a little disappointed that they didn't bring back Charlize, just because I think she did a really good job in that movie, and I think her performance is part of what made that character so badass. Okay. To avoid confusion for myself, I'm going to start doing the spot blacks before I finish the details on the pants. For reasons that will soon become clear, I think. What do you think of the Chris Hemsworth casting? Does he fit the casting choice? He's not playing a character that's ever appeared in the other ones, as far as I'm aware. So there's not really anything to compare it to. I kind of like his over-the-top performance I'm seeing in the trailer. Like, he just seems like kind of crazy and theatrical, which I think is the intent. Because I think he's
well, based on his whole ladies and gentlemen thing, like I think he is I think his character is putting on an act, is the impression I'm getting. So I think it's a conscious choice that I'm pretty okay with. But context is everything, so we'll see if I still feel that way once I see it. I think it's cool to give him a prosthetic nose, though. The thing with Mad Max is the idea is that most of the characters are at this point insane because they've been living out the apocalypse for however long. So no one is completely normal anymore. They're all not all loony, but they're not necessarily. Do you like him normally? Also, that's my take on it. It doesn't mean that I'm right and you're wrong, by the way. Okay. I like him as Thor, and I've liked him in comedy when he does that. I think he's actually has pretty good comedic instincts. But I haven't necessarily loved the other action roles he's tried to bring on. Wasn't it one on Netflix he did where he's like a pharmaceutical mogul or something? Oh, that's cool. Have they announced who he's gonna play? Because he was Fester. That's even cooler. I was just thinking because he's cool, but yeah. The reason I want to do the spot blacks here is because his pants are going to be like a checkered pattern, and I wanted to get the shadows in first so I could kind of differentiate what I was doing here. So Then I'll go in and I'll add proper wrinkles and stuff as well. And then we'll have one finishing touch to the whole shebang. I doubt you guys could hear that, but I just cracked my elbow and it felt amazing. Barry Keoghan as the new Joker. Well, okay, I like him as an actor, and the little tease we got of him in the Batman seemed promising for sure. I'm not in a rush to see that version of Joker though, just because I love the Joker, but like we've just seen so much of them, and there's so many Bat villains that have barely really been touched on, so I'm not loving that part of things. But if they're going to do it, I definitely see potential in his version of Joker. Zaz? I could see that for sure. It's true. I don't know how cast in stone he is as Joker, since you never really see him in the scene that stayed in the movie. And I don't know if deleted scenes are considered canon necessarily. Yeah. And Zaz would fit really well into the Batman in particular as well. Zaz is one that I could totally see them doing. Well, actually, Zaz is in Birds of Prey. But yeah, I could see Zaz being one that they have in there as a, like, not the main villain, but just one that he interacts with at some point. Inking spot black stripes or spot black checkerboard patterns is very satisfying. I don't know if you guys know this.
But that was a very satisfying experience for me. Yeah, I could see that for sure. What do you think of Barry Keoghan as Joker, Avery? Yeah, I think he plays a good nut as well. Okay, we're almost done here, but we need more question marks. So to start with, we're going to do this is the part that I am reusing from my own older Riddler design, where I kind of tried to imagine the Tim Burton interpretation.
to come up with funky costumes for him. He was unique style on the red carpet, so he was able to carry some crazy designs. It was very good to see that. Professor Pig. I don't think I know Professor Pig. I don't know if I've noticed Barry too much on the red carpet. I fully believe you, though. He seems like the type that'd be out there. Did you see fuck, what was the movie he was in last year? The Thriller? It was really good. I'm blanking on what the hell it was called. So now all of the black patches on his pants get white question marks. Saltburn, yeah. Did you see Saltburn? Okay. Does run the Circus of Strange. Oh wait, I thought you were talking about Barry, or Saltburn rather. Okay, yeah, I'm surprised I don't know that one actually. And is Circus of Strange related to Hugo Strange? Or using it as a phrase for just how weird he is? Okay, and one last touch. Speaking of Zaz, we're giving him some tattoos. That's what we're going for, JC.
Okay, okay.
Well, clearly that's another one that I don't know.
All right. He's done, folks. Let's sign it. Let's call it. Edward Nygma himself, the Riddler. Thank you, JC. Thank you, Billy. Thank you, Avery. Thank you, Blake. Okay, we're done. We'll give somebody a raid and we'll hop on out of here as usual. But thanks for watching, all that good stuff, and I'll be back on Thursday. I'll go ahead and spoil it. I'm going to do a comic cover on Thursday for Combat Fairies. Mark, you're here. Holy shit! Also, thank you. Okay, so let's spot somebody to raid. See who we got. Don't make it weird, Mark. Let's see. What's Freakmeister doing? You know what? Let's raid Jason Fraley. He has really cool stuff. Okay, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Raid.